What's up? This is the Wolf Pack. We all love to travel. Going to see new places, spend time away from home, take some time away from your daily life. But what if you're doing it wrong? What do I mean by wrong? Not using coupons? Not getting the 2-for-1 special? Well, hey, if you can save money, that's always great. But it's not what we're talking about today. The main thing I'm talking about is the reason for the travel. There's plenty of reasons to travel, and everyone has their preferences, which is all cool. But why are you traveling? What are you hoping to see and learn on your trip? How do you want to feel when you get home? Besides tired from the airport. I think that's just the price of admission. So, I get sometimes you just want to get away for a short time, park yourself on a beach for a few days, turn off your devices, and your hardest choice being what type of Hawaiian shirt you'll wear that day. Tommy Vercetti? Ah shit, I never thought they'd let him out. So let's skip those kind of trips for this discussion, and you go on a trip where you need to think on something more difficult than picking chicken or fish, or which fruity drink you want to sip next to the pool. Then there are some things to consider. When you book the trip, I'm going to guess that in most cases, the place you're going involved some kind of thought process. I doubt you threw a dart at a map and decided to go where it landed. Sounds like a good way to end up in a war zone. So, there was some kind of process to decide to go where you decided to go, right? Sure, it can be as simple as, hey, I want to see the Eiffel Tower with my own eyes. So, unless you live in Paris, then the process will be more complicated than finish your coffee, put out your cigarette and walk down the road. You have to book flights, find a hotel, make sure your passport isn't expired, make sure you have clothes good to go. So there's some thought involved. But why do you want to go? What will happen when you see the tower with your eyes? There's a whole journey and process to get there. Get yourself to the airport, sit on a flight for X hours, get to Paris, figure out how to get to the tower. But along the way, you'll interact with people all over the place. Chatting to the stranger on the plane, rizzing up the stewardess, within reason, gents. Just be fun and breezy. Get to Paris, and try and learn some French, even if all you learn is hello and thank you, it'll do. Try to pick up more words than that wherever you are, but you'll need those, and pick those up quickly anyway just by being in a place for some time. Commendator. Buongiorno. I know that isn't French, but the people who know, know. Now, using the Paris example, but you can insert any tourist trap spot for the example. Do you really want to plan a trip just to go to a tourist trap spot and then what? Take a few photos for your Instagram, post them, show off how cool you are to your friends and family, grab a meal and fly home? Come on. Nobody is doing that. There's nothing wrong with seeing the tourist sites. There's a reason people go to see these places and sites. Seeing it with your own eyes will always be superior to seeing it on a phone. No doubt about that. And I'm not saying take no photos. But don't make your trip about your Instagram photos. Go do things you'll actually enjoy. Personally, I'm a history guy, so I'll go on the lookout for historical places, plot my trip around that stuff. See those places, learn more about it, hopefully from some locals who'll know things beyond what's in the brochure or the quick chat GPT summary. Be curious. Who knows what else you'll learn? Obviously as well, be vigilant. Pickpockets and scams are a thing, so be a wolf. Head on a swivel. But you can live a little as well, know where the opportunities are. See the sites, take photos for yourself, to remember when I saw XYZ at this site. These photos will matter to you. They won't be the pretty photos or the ones expected to be added to Instagram. So because it's for your own memory, rather than social media, you won't even worry about it. You won't care. My best travel photos are of random things. Things that make me laugh. Not me being tourist 187363 taking photo next to tourist trap spot like everyone else. Think about it this way when it comes to photos, think old school. Take photos you'd be cool with taking to the photo store like the old days, getting it printed and wanting to put into a photo album. Don't be the person jumping from place to place, taking only photos of those tourist spots. Is that even a trip you want to go on? Jumping from place to place. How can you get a proper feel for the vibe of places you're visiting if you're there only a day or two? Sometimes it's a necessity, so I get it. But when it doesn't have to be, why would you choose it? I want to be in places long enough to get off the beaten path, see things beyond the Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Get engulfed in the real culture. Go beyond the top 10 must-visit list. Eat authentic food from a restaurant off the beaten path. Find places with locals to grab a drink. Immerse yourself in the culture. You'll level up the experience much more than standing in lines to see tourist spot A. Pay $10 for a $2 trinket at the tourist store. Forget about it, ka. Some of the best experiences of my overseas, and even domestic trips have been doing this stuff. Literally just sitting with the locals. I've even had them come up to me, tell me to avoid the tourist traps and come to another place to grab food. These are just those things you'll experience if you don't just follow the crowd. Going to a town that is famous for one thing, and finding out the town is full of good other spots that you experience without the long lines. Plus helping to put your money into the pockets of the rest of the town, not just the tourist hotspot. Actually enjoy the experience. Experiencing your trip this way, rather than just ticking check boxes. Immersing yourself into the area and the culture. Drinking, being invited to events by the locals. I've managed to get myself to a wedding when I was overseas by some locals at a bar. They wanted to continue drinking with me, so I end up at a wedding, end up hooking up with one of the girls of the group. Not something that would have happened if I stayed in the line to see the famous statue or building in that town. Whatever it was. I can't even remember. What memory sounds better to you? Seeing another sight, or living out a scene from Wedding Crashers? You motorboating son of a bitch. You old sailor you. Don't worry, not everything has to be a story like that. There are more PG stories too. Going to a town famous for a food stop, but the locals told me they have a cool waterfall worth seeing nearby off the beaten track. Definitely worth seeing. And got to burn off my meal on that hike. So zero complaints there from me. What do you hope you've learnt on your trip to think about on the flight home? Well, they all say you broaden your horizons with travel. And you definitely can. Go to new places, see people you wouldn't be able to see otherwise, do things differently to how it's done from where you are. Maybe they do things better over there. Try new food that you might now enjoy and try to find at home, whether you find a place that makes it, or you just learn the recipe, and try and make it yourself. Even better if you manage to watch someone make it over there first, and you try to recreate it, and see if yours is made as good. You experienced another culture. Probably picked up some words in a new language beyond the standard greetings. How are you going to feel after all that? Definitely like you had an experience, right? Wolves, tell me what kind of experiences you've had when traveling. The good stories. Let's share some interesting experiences together here. Remember to do the good old YouTube thing. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate you all. Until next time. Stay sharp. Stay hungry. Welcome to the pack.